Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to your Week 8 Power Rankings. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a beautiful week to be alive. People are getting married, wedding bells are ringing, people have babies. It's an amazing day to be alive. Now, this week in particular, was it a quite amazing week? Now, week of breaking streaks, okay? Some very, very deep losing streaks people were on. They broke them, came to a halt. I like the competitive nature. When you're down, you get back up, you keep fighting, something like that. Okay, here we go. With the highlights from this week, My Johnson Hurts breaks a 7-game opening losing streak against the Commish 113-109. I will say, though, a respected win for My Johnson Hurts, but also a respected loss for the Commish, putting up 109 points. No one else would have beat him in the league this week except for My Johnson Hurts. He put up a valiant effort, very close win. It showed some resilience and some sort of kind of remembrance to last year when My Johnson Hurts was dominating the league last year. Great work there. Then number 2 in the highlights, Injured Reserve. You be quiet, Deputy Commish. Injured Reserve down losing streak of 3 games, beats the number 1 in the power rankings. You're going to get Kareemed. I guess Kareem got Kareem this week. Okay, Gronk, if you love Jesus, again with a 3-game losing streak, broke up against AP's Daycare. This is for grown-ups. We don't go to daycare. Here we go, okay? There was some minimal shakeup, but there was some shakeup in the tiers and in the power rankings. Again, let's talk about it. Biased and partial power rankings, completely made up to the Commish. Whatever he wants to do, he evaluates things. He looks at facts. He does. Again, roster, points force, and then standings. Roster, then points force, and then standings. Now, to the moment you've all been waiting for. That sweet, sweet music. Whew. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. Hey, you know what? Pause. The tiers this week are mountaintops. The highest mountaintops in the world. But we need our Deputy Commish this week to be a part. Welcome, Deputy Commish. Here she is, ready and willing. Here we go. Deputy, can you help us out? With the first tier, the Mount Everest, clearly Mount Everest. Everyone knows it's the number 1 highest, tallest mountaintop. A misconception though, it is the highest peak, but not necessarily the highest elevation or mountaintop in the world. So don't get it twisted, top 3 in the tier, okay? Don't get it twisted. You can fall. You're not always the greatest. Number 1, Ertz I farted, 717 points, 6-2. His 2 key players for the playoff run. That's what I'm going to do. 2 key players for the playoff run. Leonard Fournette and Carlos Hyde. He needs, now they got rid of Devontae Freedom, he needs these 2 guys to step up their game. He relies on them now, okay? Here we go. Number 2 in the Mount Everest tier. You're going to get Kareemed. How you doing? Deputy, you alright? Okay, you're going to get Kareem. 674 spots. He lost this week, drops down a spot, but still, he is absolutely dominating, okay? These 2 teams battling for number 1 position here. 5-3, his 2 key players, holy crap, Canada's calling me. This is not even a joke. How do you ruin it? Canada, are you serious? You know what? Decline. Keep it going. Here we go. Wait, what? Here you go. Yeah, here we go. Back at it again. Number 3. His players are Kareem Hunt and Doug Martin. Both kind of flimsical now, you know? Flimsical, whimsical, whatever it is. They need to step up their game and have dominating performances. Then we add another person in this tier. I had to give him the respect he is due, okay? In the Mount Everest top tier, Le'Veon Prayer, 662 points. He is 6-2. He is the optimal lineup king. His top 2 players that he's got to rely on, his bell cow, a.k.a. Le'Veon Bell, and his tight end, Travis Kelce. That man steps up every single week. He relies on him big time. Then we go into the second tier, K2 in Pakistan, the big mountain. Also has been disputed as higher than Everest in some moments. Some moments that has. Some scholars believe this, okay? Now, number 4 in the K2 tier. It's hard to say all these words. Throws like a girly. 621 points, 5-3. Her top two players that she's going to rely on. Todd Gurley, clearly. And then Matt Ryan. He needs to step up if she's going to make a beautiful playoff run. My neighbors are like, what the heck's going on right now? Next in this, same in the K2 tier. Throwing out that dirty Landry. Takes a tough loss, man. He's got to get every win he possibly can to finish in the playoffs. But 669 points. Whoa, what is wrong, Deputy? Are you okay? Okay, Deputy's got to go back down. Thank you, Deputy, for all your help. We're here. We're back. Throwing out that dirty Landry. 669 points. 3 and 5. The record doesn't represent his talent. The two players he needs to step up. Julio Jones, he needs to step his game up. And his third round pick, Christian McCaffrey. Kelvin Benjamin's gone. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? Get him in the game, okay? Let's run the ball. Number 6, also in the K2 tier. Gronk, if you love Jesus. 696 points. She has been competing her butt off and her tail off all year long. She is 5-3. Her top two players and the keyest performers for a victory will be Chris Thompson and Adam Thielen. These two need to compete at high levels in order for her to keep pushing on. Then we're on to the third tier, Mount Kilimanjaro. A very high mountain, not the highest. It does get a lot of respect, and I'm giving these teams some respect. They're still in it. Don't count them out. Tanzania, by the way, Mount Kilimanjaro in Tanzania. Number 7, easy breezy season. 633 points, 5-3. Great job by this team. Really has a decent shot to make the playoffs. Top two key performers, Drew Brees, Cameron Brate, tight end and quarterback combo. Gotta get there. Okay, number 8, AP's Daycare. 596 points, 4-4. Adrian Peterson and LeGarrette Blount. LeGarrette Blount can't lose his carries to Jay Ajayi in the trade that happened yesterday. Adrian Peterson's got to step his game up like he did the first week he played for the Cardinals. These are two key performers. If those two players don't end up doing well, this guy's falling off the wagon big time. Also in the Kilimanjaro tier, injured reserve. 646 points. She is making things happen. She broke her losing streak, 4-4. Orleans Darkwa. Yes, Orleans Darkwa. That's his name. She's got to rely on this guy now. And Devontae Freeman. They both have to compete at high levels. Her running backs need to step up. She has good wide receivers. She's got talent at quarterback and all the other positions. Running back is her problem. Here we go. In the last and final tier, we like to slow it down for the last and final tier. We like to keep it quiet. We like to keep somber tones here. Because in the Mount Whiteproof in Australia, the smallest ever recorded mountain, okay, on the planet, this is where it is. This is this last tier. We have number 10 moving his way up, My Johnson Hurts. His team is performing at a better level than these other two teams before him, okay, performing right now at a better level. I have faith and trust. Who would you put your money on for next week or the week after? I knew who I would. It would definitely be My Johnson Hurts, at least in this tier. 577 points, 1-7. His two key performers for the playoff run, that would be David Johnson and David Johnson. We're talking about next year's playoffs, all right, fella? Next year's playoff. You better keep David Johnson. You better get him nice and healthy, and then be ready for that next year's playoff. Great job. Okay, number 11 takes a huge hit because look at the past few weeks and what he's performed. He had one good week. That was when Ezekiel Elliott went off. Golden Tater Tot. He doesn't even have Golden Tate on his team anymore, and his name's still Tater Tot. This is why you're losing. 598 points. He is 3-5. And his two key players for a playoff run to push him toward a playoff run is Dak Prescott. And then the second one is the Law. Can the Law stand up and help, or whatever you want to call it, the NFL, Roger Goodell, can they stand up and prove Ezekiel Elliott innocent and so he can play football? If not, he's done with. If Ezekiel's gone for 6 weeks, count this guy out. Then on to the very last team, Super Mariota. Super Mariota? Something like that. Yeah, 511 points, 1-7. She's on a 7-game losing streak. This is terrible, folks. Two key players for the playoff run that she needs, performers that she needs. The whole Tennessee Titans need to step their game up, okay? Because she's going to draft him again next year. Don't you worry about it. And then secondly, Chris Hogan. Chris Hogan might be her keeper, but it's still a first-round pick. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the commission was wrong last week. We had 6 weeks last week. There are 5 weeks left. 5 hopeful weeks left. 10 teams are mathematically still in this league. 10 fighting for 6 playoff spots. Everyone focus. Everyone get your game in gear, okay? And let's not ever give up. 10 teams fighting for these last 6 playoff spots, okay? Bold predictions. The commish has actually gone off the edge with his bold predictions, okay? This week he is picking outside of his comfort zone, but again, I believe he is 4-4 in his upset specials of the week, aka bold predictions for the week. First, I am guaranteeing Super Mariota with a victory over AP's Daycare. Yes, 7-game losing streak, that's over now, okay? Pick it. Put money on it. Go to Vegas, put money on it. Super Mariota over AP's Daycare. I believe it's going to happen. The second bold prediction, not as comfortable with this one, but I believe she may have the pieces this week to possibly sneak up to the number 1 power ranking member and smack him down. And that is Injured Reserve over Ertz I Farted. Pay attention to these key matchups. Fight like you've never fought before. I have to do something with this baby because she is not happy. Okay, signing off, Kamish.